A bingo board of delight. Christmas time being replaced. And when will authors finally learn to categorize the titles of their series correctly? Welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go! Yes, hello and welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am of course Mr. Francy, and I'm truly honoured that you've once again chosen to join me today as we explore my weekly vlog going from the 18th of July through to and including the 24th of July. Today is the 25th. I will be including a 25th update, but technically speaking, this is a reading vlog from the 18th to the 24th of July. So, how are we all? I hope you're all doing really well. I'm glad that I can come in here a couple of days after doing my last weekly vlog so that there is more time to discuss the books. For those of you who aren't aware, one of the biggest reasons why I like doing my weekly vlogs is that it gives me more time to delve into the books I have been reading. When it comes to my monthly wraps, I don't have a lot of time. It's a very quick, title name, series, book title name, series title name, author name, star rating, quick premise, here's my thoughts, the end. With these vlogs, I get more time to do deeper dives into these books. Did I like them? Did I not like them? Why did I like them? Why did I not like them? What do I think can be improved? What do I think is amazing? Why do I think they don't need to change anything? Or they do need to change this or that or whatever it is. So, a lot of great reasons. If you have returned, welcome back. It's wonderful to have you here. I really appreciate all of you that continue to return to watch my videos. I appreciate the love and support. It really does go a very long way. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. I am Mr. Francy, and at the moment I'm struggling to talk more than normal. The reason for that is because I was born with a congenital tooth disorder known as ameliogenesis imperfecta. So, to cut a very long story very short, I have had all of my teeth extracted and I'm currently waiting on dentures to be put in, but because I am currently toothless, sometimes it's harder for me to say certain words. Now that you're aware of that, welcome to the madness that we call Sparkle Sparkle. Yes, this is a booktube channel, but the biggest pillar that I have on this channel is spreading sparkling, positive, upbeat energy all throughout the world. So if you feel the sparkle, give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below. I would really, truly appreciate it. Alright, so normally I split my weekly vlogs up into 3 sections. The first is a personal life update. The second is a watching update. What have I been watching on TV, movies, whatever. And the third is a reading update. We're going to forego the first 2 so that I can completely focus on reading in this weekly vlog. But I do want to give you an update as to what is coming out video-wise moving forward. Because there is just under a week left until the end of July, I only expect to have 1 more video coming out, but I may have more if I do get that time. That one video will be my August TBR. On the 1st of August 2025 Australia time, which may be the 31st of July overseas, I will be doing my monthly wrap for the month of July. Those are the only 2 projected videos that are coming out at the moment. If I do find that I have more time and am able to film more videos, I will be doing some more responding to your comments videos. And I would also like to know if you all would still like for me to do a bookshelf tour. Usually twice a year in July and December I do bookshelf tours. If you would like one for the month of July or even early August, depending upon when I can get to it, let me know in the comment section below and I will still get it done. I used to, in case you are new, I used to read a plethora of genres, ranging from, fantasy to historical fiction to classics to dystopians to sci-fis to, you name it. As long as it was not a Western, I was reading everything. And now I currently have placed an embargo on myself where I'm only reading cozy mysteries. The reason I bring this up is for the sake of the bookshelf tour. 95% of the books that you will see in that tour will be cozy mysteries because I have gotten rid of a lot of the other books to create that room. So if you still want to see that bookshelf tour, do let me know and I will make it happen. And if not, that's fine too. We're quite easy here at the Mr. Francy Reads channel. Alright, so let's discuss what I did read between the 18th of July and the 24th of July. And we're going to start off with A Perfect Mind by Dorothy St. James. This is book number 2 in the A Beloved Book Room Cozy Mystery series. And before I tell you the rating, I do want to let you know that I'm reading this book as part of my A to Z bingo board. Now, what do I mean when I say A to Z bingo board? I have created a bingo board where each square within the grid is titled by a letter of the English-speaking alphabet, A, B, C, D, so on and so forth, all the way through to X, Y, Z, or if you're American, Z. And under each letter, I have a series title for Cozy Mysteries. In order to cross off that prompt, I need to read the first 2 books in that series. Unless there is only 1 book out in that series, then 1 book will do. This series, the A Beloved Book Room, there it is, A Beloved Book Room, Cozy Mystery Series by Dorothy St. James, is my, my letter I. So this being book number 2 in that series, now that I've finished this book, I was able to cross the prompt of letter I off on my bingo board, and yeah, also DNF this series because I loved book 1. But I really didn't like this one anywhere near as much. It's not to say that I didn't like this book. I thought it was actually an average read. I gave it 3 stars, literally an average rating. But I much preferred book 1, and I'll explain as we do go along. So the series premise for this one is that we follow True Beckett, a librarian from Cypress in South Carolina. Now, in this particular book, the last thing she needs is a mysterious vandal who seems intent on breaking into her secret book-filled sanctuary and creating chaos. The nasty interloper doesn't steal anything, but brutalizes the books, damaging them and knocking them off shelves. And when a dead body shows up right behind the library, True is certain it's not a ghost, but a cold-blooded killer that she and her trusty tabby Dewey Decimal will need to uncover. So to my thoughts, I truly enjoyed book 1. But after reading book 2, I think that's more based on the premise of the series theme. Having already gone through that premise of that series theme, this book lacked a lot of what the first book offered me. And let me explain. The setup for book 1 is that we follow True Beckett in working in a library where the mayor of that town has declared that everything is going to become digital, and so all the books are going to be taken to a landfill, and landfill. And they will no longer be there. Well, True doesn't want to do that. So she wants to create a secret book room where the physical books can be. Owing to that premise, I absolutely loved book 1. It was fantastic. But once we got to the end of book 1, that was all taken care of. So going into this book, we're no longer fighting for the rights of the physical books. We're moving forward. And my enjoyment level went down significantly owing to that. I didn't find the mystery intriguing, and a lot of the side characters I didn't find enjoyable either. It also doesn't help that I can feel the length of the book. It did tend to drag quite a bit. I do love every moment between True and Jace, Jace being the love interest, don't get me wrong, but as this is a cozy mystery and not a romance, I honestly think I'm good to leave the series here. Yeah, so, as I say, I placed a cozy mystery embargo on myself, but had this series been a romance series, I think I would have enjoyed book 2 a heck of a lot more. The mystery very much got in the way, and when you are a cozy mystery buff like I am, you don't want the mystery to get in the way. And it did, and yeah, it just didn't work for me. So I gave it 3 stars. Not to say I won't give Dorothy St. James other chances in the future, but I think I pretty much summed up my reasons already. The whole setup with book 1 and what got me into this series is now null and void because the conclusion of book 1 finished that whole arc, and therefore my interest level just went down with the series. So nothing wrong with the series, just my interest level, 3 stars. So the next book that I picked up based on my bingo board is letter number H, or H if you prefer, and that is the A Sunny Side Up Cozy Mystery Series. Book number 2 is called Muffin But Murder, and it is by Rosie A. Point. Unlike the beloved Bookroom series, I do still love this series and potentially will continue on with it in 2026. In saying that, there is a very similar situation with Beloved Bookroom in that there were some things about this series where I preferred book 1 over book number 2. Allow me to explain. So in this series we follow Sunny Charles, who is running her aunt's cafe while she's away on a cruise. Sunny is also looking after her aunt's cat, Bodger, in Parfait in Florida. Now, in this book, Nick, Sunny's chef, reminds her that he's taking a quick leave for a week to do a pastry course. Sunny totally forgot to hire a replacement. Not to worry, her aunt recommends a woman who knows a lot of good chefs looking for short-term work. The problem? Once Sunny arrives at the woman's home, it's to find her dead. Now what will Sunny do? And arguably, more importantly, who killed this woman? Yeah, so very intriguing premise. I don't read premises going into books, so this is the premise that I've come up with after reading the book. And yeah, it was a very intriguing plot, I have to admit. I love the series so far overall, and do think I will continue on with it, as well as other works by Rosie A. Point. Rosie A. Point has written a number of series, and based on the first and second book in this series, which is all I've read so far of Rosie A. Point, I do think she is the author for me, and I do want to continue on with her works. In saying that, I didn't enjoy this book as much as book 1. There was a lot of humour in the first book, which now that Sunny has gotten to know the cafe and Parfait better, was no longer there. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Just like with Beloved Bookroom, what intrigued me the most with book 1 in this particular series was the humour, and the humour came about because of the whole fish out of water experience. Sunny is dropped into Parfait, Florida, which is expected to run this cafe. She has no clue what she's doing, and so the fish out of water experience leads to a lot of humour, which made the first book incredibly entertaining. But now that we're on to book 2, Sunny knows exactly what she's doing, so therefore the whole fish out of water trope no longer applies, and because of that, it just wasn't as humorous. Now, in saying that, I still found the plot intriguing. I gave this book 4 stars. I still think it was a solid read. I just think that the humour lacked because Sunny is now used to what she is doing. I do love Parfait as the setting and getting to know everyone in the cafe. I do wish we saw Sunny actually cook, because we don't see that in this series. All in all, it was a good, refreshing, short, cozy mystery, and I gave it 4 stars. And as I say, I do think I will continue on with this series and more Rosie A. Point works in 2026. Just a quick blanket bit of housekeeping that I want to put in. When I say I love a series and I plan to continue it on in 2026, I get that it's like a good 5, 6, whatever months away, but let me explain. Because of the way that I've set up my A to Z bingo board, as I said, the plan is if there is more than one book in the series, I read 2 books. That allows me to cross off that prompt. What it also allows me to do is to sample a series, that first 2 books in a series, and then if I want to continue, I'll continue in 2026. So it's not to say that I like a series but not enough to continue on now. It's actually part of my rule that I created for myself. With the A to Z bingo board, I don't plan to continue on after the second book until next year, regardless of how much I love it. So I just wanted to make that point. Anyway, the next book that I picked up was a first book, a new series for me, and that is for book number, where are we? Letter L in the HZ Bingo board, which is the, I just want to get the correct name for it. Yes, the Deep Dish Mystery Series by Minnie Quigley. Book number 1 is called 6 Feet Deep Dish. And how gorgeous is that cat on the cover, whose name is Butterball. Love, love, love Butterball. Love this book. I had a blast reading this and I gave it 5 stars. So the series premise for this one is, in this series we follow Delilah, who is referred to as Dee, by nickname, O'Leary, who runs a deep dish restaurant in Geneva Bay in Wisconsin. In this book, Delilah is thrilled to finally have her soft open for her new restaurant. However, partway through, she steps outside to find her Aunt Biz and her Aunt Biz's aide in distress. Turns out her Aunt Biz's aide has been shot, and the weapon is now in her aunt's arms. Delilah knows her aunt did not commit the murder, and no matter how sexy Detective Capone is, she will stop at nothing to keep her unapologetically self in check and get to the bottom of the case. Yeah, so again, that's a premise that I wrote, not the original written premise by the publishing company, because I think the publishing company would have made more of a point of the fact that the detective in the series, Detective Capone, is related to that whole gang side of things, which is fine, but it's not the point of the book, so that's why I'm not highlighting it here. Yes, he is a descendant. Now that we know that, great, we're gonna move on. It doesn't really matter that much in the context other than, oh wow, he's related. The end. Okay. So to my thoughts, I really love this book. While I think the culinary side could have been amped up a bit owing to the overall length of the book, and while there were some lulls, everything else was really well done. Let me explain. This book is over 300 pages long, and I feel like a quarter of the book was culinary, which was good, don't get me wrong, but because it was 300 pages long, I would have liked more culinary than we received. I think had this been a 250-page book, then we would have had enough, but for those extra 50 pages, I wanted a little more culinary, but in saying that, the actual culinary moments are really, really good, and I like the way that Mindy Quigley went about writing those culinary scenes. I very much felt like I was there in the kitchen cooking with Dee, and it was an absolute joy and thrill for all of the senses for me. So absolutely, I did love that. I just wish it was amped up a little bit more. I really appreciated that Quigley makes Delilah unapologetically herself. Dee doesn't pussyfoot around things. She jumps right in and says and does things unfiltered. Yeah, absolutely. I love this. There are so many demure main characters that we have in Cozy Mysteries, but not with Dee. Dee is who Dee is, and she will not make any apologies for this. To give you an example, at the opening of the book, the sign that goes out the front of Dee's deep dish restaurant is not what it's meant to be. Her partner, I don't know if he's husband or boyfriend, but her partner had screwed things up, and Dee's not happy, and she confesses her displeasure in a very unfiltered way. He then seems to gaslight her, in my opinion, by saying, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing, blah, 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 which, no, she's not. This is the sign that people see. So, and the word that was stuffed up was stuffed up. Like, if the restaurant is called Deep Dish Restaurant, instead it says Deep Dutch Restaurant. And being that my family is Dutch, if I walked past that, I would go, oh, it's a Dutch restaurant. Oh, yay. But it's not. So that's a very big difference. Anyway, Dee and her partner end up separating, I guess you could say, and from there, Dee allows herself to continue to be her unfiltered, confident self, and I really appreciated that. I love strong-willed female protagonists, always have, always will, and no one could change Dee's mind on anything. If Dee thought something was something, it was that she was going to stick to it no matter what. And I really appreciated her mental strength in this book. It should not be understated. Fantastic job, Mindy Quigley. Really appreciated that. I also love that her cat Butterball is not skinny and that she loves him anyway. So a point that is contested between Dee and her partner that she is now separated from is that they have this plus size cat, Butterball, and he, the male partner, wants Butterball on a diet, but Dee is all like, no, why would we do that? Let's just love Butterball and whatever. And I just found that to be really cute because who cares what size the cat is? As long as the cat is loving, that's all that matters. But anyway, so I love Butterball, and I love how much D stands up for Butterball. It's just really, really beautiful. But the biggest thing I loved about the book was the fact that Delilah didn't go weak at the knees and forget herself over the attraction of the detective. Yeah, so Detective Capone is very much written in a way that there is no way around it. We know he's extremely drop-dead gorgeous, so attractive. Women will, fall at the knees for this guy, and maybe some guy, it's true, who knows. But anyway, most attractive guy you've ever met, and yet D thinks to herself, okay, yes, he's attractive, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop being who I am because he is attractive. And I found that with certain main characters in cozies, they'll do that. They'll go in with an intention to take care of something, and they'll see a guy who's really attractive, and then they change the way they're doing things, which doesn't seem like their authentic self. Not D. D admits that he is attractive, but will not stop trying to get her point across. And I really do appreciate that. Truly a great start to the series, and I cannot wait to read book number 2 in August, Ashes to Ashes, Crust to Crust. I'm really looking forward to it. 5 stars for this one. The next book that I picked up was the K letter of my A to Z bingo board, the A Year-Round Christmas Mystery Series by Vicky Delaney. Book number 2 is called We Wish You a Murderous Christmas. Please enjoy the cover of this book because it is absolutely gorgeous. This is Maddie, short for Matterhorn, a very cute, Beethoven, whatever Beethoven the dog is, that breed, and Christmassy and really, really beautiful. Please enjoy the cover, because the cover is the only reason why I'm not going to be unhauling this series. Okay, let's talk. Just quickly, my rating, I gave this book 3 stars. Now, the series premise is that we follow Mary, that is Merry, a Christmas shop store owner in Rudolph, New York. The cozy side includes a puppy, as we say, named Maddie. In this book, Jack Olson, the owner of the Yuletide Inn's health is failing, so his son, Gord, comes down to take over responsibilities at the inn. Sadly, Gord and his wife want to uproot the inn in changes, including franchising it out, and according to Gord, Jack is totally fine with it to the disbelief of others. But then, Gord is found stabbed to death, and while this means the plans are seemingly off, the question is, who stopped at nothing to ensure as much? So to my thoughts, and okay, a blunt opening here, this series is not for me. It may be for you though. If you are someone who prefers more mystery-leaning cozies, then look no further. However, I go into my cozies for the suggested theme of the series title. The series title for this one is A Year-Round Christmas Mystery. I therefore figured it'd be doused in cozy mystery Christmas stuff. Truth of the matter is, it's not. While Mary does run an upscale Christmas trinkets store, the store itself serves more as a background for the series than uplifting the cozy side. To be specific, I wish Delaney would have Mary spy an item in her shop, say a Christmas ornament, then explain how she acquired it, why it reminded her of Christmas, etc. Instead, the most we get from the shop is just being there while having other conversations. Book 1 reflects the same as Book 2. The mystery comes up way too early for my liking and dominates the entire story. While I understand that a mystery is required for cozies, I much prefer 50% of the theme and 50% of the mystery. This wasn't even 80% to 20%, it was more like 95% to 5%, which is nowhere near enough for me. I wanted a Christmas-themed cozy. What I got was a Christmas store in the background and nothing else about what makes this town a year-round Christmas town. I loved Maddie the puppy, but my love for Maddie is not enough to want to keep going. And also, fair warning, there is a love triangle that is still not resolved by the end of book 2, and both men who love Mary come across as very two-dimensional to me. These are just my thoughts. I think mystery buffs will absolutely love the series. I just warn that those who want more cozy theme in their cozies may not enjoy it as much. Now, I did have this series on my SAS list as well as on my A to Z bingo board. After reading book 1, I demoted it from the SAS list to just the bingo board, and I'm glad I did, because now that I've read book 2, I can cross wherever we were. I can cross my letter K prompt off of my bingo board, and I'll no longer be continuing on with this series. It's just not for me. I want a Christmassy series, and this, okay, I'm going to say something. It's going to sound mean. I'll clarify what I mean. This is a poor excuse for a Christmas series. I gotta be real. The only thing really Christmassy about this is the series title called A Year-Round Christmas Mystery. I don't think Vicky Delaney can really justify this being a year-round Christmas mystery series, given she doesn't explore the world building of what makes it a year-round Christmas mystery theme. She just doesn't. Yes, granted, the what's the word? Like the companies and all that are given Christmas titles. Yes, Mary works at a Christmas trinket store, but we don't really delve into Christmas or what makes this Christmassy compared to other towns and stuff like that. It's just literally, hi, I'm Mary, I discovered a body, let's solve the murder, the end. It might as well just be called a mystery and not a cozy mystery. And I think the only reason it is cozy is because of the puppy Maddie. If not for Maddie, it doesn't read like a cozy at all. It reads more just like a mystery with a little tiny little bit, we don't want to go overboard, we want to be real stingy here. There's a tiny sprinkle of cozy somewhere in there. And that just doesn't work for me personally. It may work for you, but not for me. And I need my Christmas fix, and I love those books. The, what they call Christmas Tree Farm series by Jacqueline Frost. And because this is disappointing me, not giving me anywhere enough Christmas, spoiler time, I'm going to show you a book that's on my August TBR that wasn't on my August TBR that's going to replace this because I'm so annoyed. And that is this book, Murder in Christmas River, which is a Christmas town doing a Christmas baking competition. Christmas. Please do not let me down, Meg Muldoon. I'm looking forward to it. As I said, this is a reading vlog covering from the 18th through to the 24th of July, but I was going to give you a 25th of July update, and here is that update. The next book that I picked up, I officially started today, and I've already DNF'd it, so I'd much rather just tell you now that I've DNF'd it and we can move on. So, that was the first book in my Cozy Mystery Board, Bingo Board A to Z series. I was very much eagerly anticipating it. It's just not the series for me. I just couldn't. It is the Cajun Country Mystery Series by Ellen Byron. Book number 1 is called Plantation Shudders. And yep, I got it on physical book because y'all told me. I can blame y'all. No, I'm kidding. But y'all told me this is amazing, and I'm so glad it was amazing for you because it wasn't for me. Look, I DNF'd at the start of chapter 3. Let me explain. Chapter 1 is overly descriptive. Part of the reason I do not like the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien is because of how overly descriptive it is. Chapter 1 of this book reminded me of that. We can't pass a stone without the stone being described, and that just doesn't work for me, but especially in a cozy. Cozy mysteries are shorter in length, so we have less time to deal with everything, and also it's meant to be more cozy. To me, being overly descriptive does not equal cozy. Maybe it does to some people, it doesn't to me. This is my first Ellen Byron book, and it just doesn't bode well for me. But I went into chapter 2 thinking, look, maybe it's just chapter 1 that's so overly descriptive. Yeah, chapter 2 was a lot less descriptive, and I really appreciated that. But then our main character, whose name is Maggie, spies someone who is plus-sized and uses the O word to describe them. Obese. That was enough for me. I got to the end of the second chapter. She probably says the word halfway through. Got to the end of the second chapter and just went, yeah, no, I can't. I can't continue on with this book. It's going to annoy me because I know myself. I'm going to just force myself to get through the book for the sake of getting through it. And I'm really not going to like myself by the end of the book if I keep going. So it just didn't work for me. If you don't mind a main character who is happy to call people obese, if you don't mind cozy mysteries that are incredibly descriptive, you may like this. I didn't get far enough in to know what the whole crux of the story even is, but for me, it was enough for me to DNF. So I plan to spend today and tomorrow starting and finishing Plantation Shutters. So obviously I'm a couple of days ahead. The next book that I plan to pick up, I obviously will start tomorrow, and that is this book, Scene of the Grind by Tonya Kappas. This is book number 1 in the Killer Coffee Cozy Mystery series and is my X prompt on the A to Z bingo board. I'm looking forward to it. All those books under Christmas Tree Farm, those ones there, they are all Camper and Criminals by Tonya Kappas. I'm looking forward to reading Tonya Kappas set in a cafe. After I finish this one, I am picking up a spare book. I noticed this book. I thought the title sounded amazing. I said to Mama Francy, let's buddy read it. It is book number 1 in the A. Mahalia Watkins Soul Food Mystery Series, Murder with Fried Chicken and Waffles. Now, been a bit of an issue. I've had my copy for 2 weeks now. Mama Francy still doesn't have her copy, and I ordered it 4 weeks ago, so I just cancelled her order. When I finish reading this, I'm going to give her my copy of the book. But I have been given warnings about this book that it is much more mystery leaning than cozy leaning, and if that's the case, it will annoy me, because what drew me to this book again was the series title, Soul Food Mystery. So if it's doused in a lot of like soul food and soul food cooking and soul food eating, I think I will love it. But if it's more focused on the mystery, it probably won't be for me. So time will tell. I'm going to go in with an open mind, but time will tell. Once I finish these two, I will be done with my July TBR and then move on to my August one, which, as I say, that video is going to be coming out sooner than you think, discussing all the books I plan to read in August. However, please do be mindful that the Cajun Country book number 2, which I did plan to read in August, as of today, will no longer be on my TBR. I haven't ordered it yet, I don't have it yet, and so I'm not going to order it. So I just want you to be mindful of that, given I DNF'd book number 1. Alright. But in the meantime, that is where I am going to leave it. Letting you all go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. Have an amazing end to your month of July in 2025. And I will see you again very, very soon. Please do be kind, love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. Yeah! And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone! Bye!